Oh God. Stop. 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 Hello. This is Maya. Hey Maya, it's me. Mia! What's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Well, lonely. And it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been doing great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you? Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock. Yeah, it's made to look like that statue, the Thinker, and it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. That's a weird way to describe that, to be honest. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out, sorry. I put some paper inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility that it might turn out that way, yes. Can you come by the office tonight, say 9, to pick it up? I'll be in a pre-trial, I don't know why I was having so much trouble with that, meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. I could really go for a good burger. Okay, we'll hit the usual joints. Alright, it's a deal. Okay, sis, see you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya. Didn't like that. Conversation recorded, September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine. The papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Fay, you are a poor liar. Why, I see it right over there. That must be the Thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? Ho! You are not cogniferous of my background? Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. Oh, my dear Miss Fay, I am so very sorry. But I am afraid I must ask you for one more thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell, Miss Fay. Fucking One Piece character. Red, white, blue. Uh-oh, I'm late. Huh, that's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. What's that smell? Blood. Man, I don't think I'd be able to just identify blood by smell. Mia? Maybe she's in her office. Whoops. Examine. Fuck, can I not? Can I not turn it with just the mouse? I wish to look. Or is this the lobby? This can't be good. I have to check and see if Mia's okay. Is this not the office? This is not the office, I see. That smell. Blood. Sob. Sis. Someone's there. Chief? Chief? Chief. Who are you? The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the sofa. I went back to the chief where she lay under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I held her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade, until finally, she was cold. Chief. Examine. Chief. It's hard seeing her like this, but are there any clues here? She was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker, lying next to her, must have been the murder weapon, yet again. There are some glass shards near the chief's body. This must be pieces of the glass light stand that was broken in the back, lying broken in the back of the room. Nothing else that seems like a clue here. A piece of paper. It must have fallen from Mia's hand. What could it be? Well, you know, it doesn't look great. A word is written on this scrap of paper. Maya? Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store, dated yesterday. I think that's enough snooping around for now. I'd better call the police and find out what that girl was doing here. Alright. Yo, is the phone out? You got a phone? That girl just now. Where did she go? I put her right there on the sofa. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't run on me. Nope, she's right there. Yipes! Don't scare me like that. Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay, I work here. Maya Fey. Maya Fey. Maya? So Mia was writing this girl's name. Yeah, sure, definitely. Maybe I should show her the receipt. I never thought there'd be a use for evidence like this outside the courtroom. Behold. Before Mia died, she wrote a message of her own blood. Notice how Wright himself said she probably died instantly, yet somehow she had time to write this? She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name? Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would Sis write my name? Uh-oh, now I've done it. I'd better hurry up and call the police. Hey, yo, where's that phone at? You got one in the office? Can we talk? What happened? Seems to be in shock. I don't want to disturb her. Excuse me? Can you tell me what happened? I came in, the room was dark, and Sis? So she was already dead. So you're the chief's sister. I'm her younger sister. And you were here visiting? This late at night? You knew she was gonna be here. You talked to Mia about this. Yes, she said she wanted me to keep some evidence for her. Evidence? Yes, it was that clock. It was the thinker. Yo, this boy right here? About the thinker. The thinker. That was... Oh, Sis. Sob. Probably shouldn't have asked her about the murder weapon. Alright, anyway. Phone in here. Phone's right there, you stupid idiot. Right, I better call the police. That's funny. A few of the screws on the receiver are missing. It looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police! Police, come quick! Huh, what was that? Someone screaming from outside the window. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. I feel like you'd have trouble seeing that. There we go. I feel like you would have trouble seeing her from there. The Gatewater Hotel, a nice, luxurious place. Okay, I didn't know you were just gonna do that again. So anyway, use the phone. I better not use it. Understood. Let's go back out here. The police. Sounds like they're coming this way. Boy, they got here fucking fast, didn't they? Freeze! Police! There's that boy. Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see? Gumshoe, what an odd name. We received a report from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder. It must have been that woman I saw. Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay? Great, just great. Maya, wait. She wouldn't have. Nah. Whoa, this person is totally fucking dead. Excuse me. Eek. This word Maya here mean anything to you? That's my name. What? The victim drew this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, she wrote down the killer's name. Killer? I'm not... Case closed, you're coming down to the precinct, ma'am. Wah. Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around, waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. Wow, they have poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Almost like they think she's a murderer. Oh. It's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning! How you doing? You get some sleep, you doing good? She looks so tired. Are you gonna be my attorney? Well, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. It's up to you. I better give it to her straight. It's up to you. Up to me? Yes, I don't think this is something I should decide. After all, you're the one in trouble here. They're never going to believe me, are they? Even you, when you found me in the office, you looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? Oh, no. I never thought. It's okay, I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard of what about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. Huh. So he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh. Sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go to if I ever get into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. Damn, bitch. That's what she said. Doesn't that make you feel all warm and fuzzy inside, Phoenix? Don't you? You know. Isn't that right? Makes you feel good. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. I'm not upset. You know, it's true. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia. I know. Let's have a little chat, shall we, you know? There's something I've been waiting to ask you. Yes? What's with that outfit? Oh, this, well, so let me just tell you that magic exists in this world. This is what all acolytes wear. It's my uniform, you could say. Acolytes? Like people in religious training? What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training. A spirit medium? I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Yes. Let's see. That morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes, that clock shaped like the Thinker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yeah. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah, I forgot how to delete those things. So you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered that the detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, right, of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thanks. Maya's memo. So about your magic. So you're an acolyte, a medium in training. That's right. It's a good thing she isn't. It's a good thing she's already in the lockup, because otherwise she'd be a small medium at large. How fucking funny, dude. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second, you said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too? Hey, she's got Fae in her fucking name, dude. If the fucking Fae is in your name, you gotta just be magical somehow. Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too. I had no idea Chief could just perform necromancy. Wait, what? So you're a real, honest-to-goodness spirit medium? With ESP and all that? Yeah. In training. Well, can't you contact me as spirit then? I like how Phoenix is ready to just sign up immediately, you know. I know what comes. Phoenix doesn't, and he's still like, oh yeah, you know. Sounds good, just contact her, you know. We can just ask who killed her. I'm sorry, I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. I thought that would be too easy. Something the matter, other than being arrested. I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. She said if I was ever in trouble, I should call him. And definitely not you. And I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go to him to ask him to represent me? Yeah. Sure, why not? I'll go ask. Thank you so much. I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry, leave it to me. Thank you. The trial's tomorrow at 10. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. Oh, hold on. Remember to stay hydrated. I'm ready. What if this guy refuses? They told me that if I don't find one, the state will pick an attorney to defend me. When will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. My visiting hours are almost up. I'd better hurry. Right, I'll be back. Let's go. Let's hit the streets. Grossberg. Sick painting, bro. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. Out. Why was out in quotation marks, actually? She couldn't say when he'd be back. It must be hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention run an office like this. Look, he's even got a fucking jar that he keeps all his pens and pencils in. Guess I'll have to come back later. Or we could rifle through his belongings. The wood's been polished with deep luster. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I suppose it does look kind of like that. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at either, for that matter. Expensive-looking mahogany shelves. Funny, they don't seem like they've ever been read. Alright, let's hit the streets, I guess. Back to the office. The office is filled with police officers. Strange. They're all busily searching for clues. Hey, you there! This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry, don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're that Butts guy, aren't you? No, I only like Butts. How could anyone mistake me for Larry? Oh, I guess I got the name wrong. Mr. Wright, sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer, and you're no killer, right? Real quick, why is Gumshoe's name question marks again? We already know who he is. He was proven innocent. Right, and you were Detective Suede Shoes. Suede Shoes, wasn't it? That's me. Don't step on my blue suede shoes. Wait, that's a song, pal. My name's Dick Gumshoe. Wait, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go calling me Dick. Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're her lawyer, right, pal? If you got business here, you'd better get to it quick. Whew, he thinks I'm Maya's lawyer. Time to commit some crimes and interfere with the scene. About Miss Faye, did you do an autopsy? You want to know the results, eh? Now don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. She might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you get any special treatment. Alright, you can see the report, but that's all. Blood force trauma, death was instantaneous, so she didn't write that. And at 9 p.m. I mean, obviously she didn't write it, Maya wasn't the murderer, but you know, there's the evidence. About Maya. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't gonna win. Why do you say that? The city's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on prosecution. Edgeworth. I'm sure you know what that means, you being a lawyer and all. Now, Edgeworth, cool dude and all, but I'm gonna be honest, out of the original trilogy, he's my least favorite prosecutor. The other two are just so much more attractive. I mean, charming. Their charisma level's very high, yes. Prosecutor Edgeworth. That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you? Of course I do. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. Oh, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. He's no Reaper of the Bailey, but you know. Still, I'm pretty confident this guy... Still, I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case. So Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. Now, in localization, this is set in LA. LA, you know, it gets a bit tenuous in the later games. But like, here's the thing, the game is actually set in Japan. And in Japan, the conviction rate is insanely high. It's like 99%. So having a flawless record as a prosecutor is not actually all that impressive here, you know. Of course, there are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. Well, Phoenix, I take it in that case, is a crime enjoyer based on the way he said that. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Hey, thoughts? There was a piece of paper next to the victim, wasn't there? Yeah, the one with the killer's name written on it. Are you sure that Mia wrote this herself? Given the condition of the writing, it's hard to say if it's her handwriting or not. She died instantly. So there's no proof that Mia wrote it. She died instantly. You know. Thoughts? I was wondering, do you know anything about this? That statue? That's the murder weapon. Huh? He thinks the clock is just a statue too. I'm starting to wish I'd never seen this thing. Thoughts? There was broken glass at the crime scene, right? Oh, that. Seems like a glass stand next to the victim fell over. The glass shards were pieces of the broken stand. Thoughts? Oh, of course. Ah, right. I'd completely forgotten that we were meant to do this. Did you see Maya Faye's cell phone? Oh, that? I have that. Do you think you could give it back? Sure. I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Trying to Jedi mind trick old gumshoe. Just tell him straight. I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh no, it's just, you know, detective. Nope, I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it, like her boyfriend's. The cell phone holds all the little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. kind of cringe, dude. It's kind of a cringe thing to say. You're trying to confuse me. Trying to pull another Jedi mind trick on old Gumshoe, eh? Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive. You're quite the detective. Uh-huh. Oh, here. You can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there after all. Seems he didn't notice the recorded conversation. Check the court record to hear the recorded conversation. I mean, I'm guessing it's just gonna be the same. Mia, what's up? Haven't called in a while. What is it this time? Yeah, this is the conversation we already saw. I have asked all the questions I need to. You all done, pal? Yes, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted to mention to you. I don't suppose you're planning on talking to that witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyery ways, pal. Right, so you better tell me who and where this witness is so that I know to avoid them, you know? I'll know exactly where not to go and who not to talk to. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her, despite her looking like a fucking jelly bean. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. Sorry about this, but I can't tell you anything about her. Well, you just told me her name. Miss May, huh? So you've sent her home already then? You're trying your lawyerly tricks on me now. She's not to go outside her room until the trial. So she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Cast iron gumshoe, that's what they call me, 'cause once it's up here, ain't nobody getting it out. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. Let's hit the streets. So, you know, if you're gonna hide evidence, you could probably do a better job, I'm just saying.
Well, hello there, handsome.
Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth.
You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Tee-hee.
Memo to self. Thank Gumshoe for making my job harder.
Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting I can hardly contain myself. Oh, let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness.
I pity the lawyer that has to cross-examine this one. Little does he know. Clueless. There's a screwdriver stuck in this drawer. I wonder what's inside. Probably some evidence.
Hey! Hey! What are you doing? No touching. Ooh, bad boy. You really shouldn't pry around in other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want to make me upset, would you?
Upset? I thought she was going to explode for a second there. I wonder what could be inside the drawer. Well, look. The phone had some of it looked like it was half taken apart. They heard Mia's conversation with Maya. So what's in this drawer is probably a bug. What you witnessed. Do you think you could tell me something? I need you to describe what you observed at the time of the incident.
Oh, observe, incident. You sound just like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary.
Better not encourage her.
Well, you know that thing that happened the other day.
The bad thing?
What did you see when it happened?
I don't suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please.
Let me see. Well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh, boy. Could you just... Who exactly are you?
Oh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me?
No. Hey, I'm just doing my job here.
You know, you're cute when you blush.
Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've blushed this much. What a bitch. You know, he fucking talks to a woman for 5 minutes, he falls apart. Right, can you just tell me what it is you do?
Well, no, teehee. And you had your little hopes up, didn't you?
Oh boy. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is somebody else staying with you?
Ooh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives, like on television.
Oh no, not me. I'm just a lawyer.
Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage, Miss May doesn't like nosy little lawyers.
Oh boy. Thoughts? Let's just go. Grossberg, you back yet? Seems like Grossberg is out. Well, maybe I should just wait for him to come back. If that wasn't the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard. Ah, haha, so you're the one they say has been looking for me. Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined. That badge on your collar. So you're a lawyer, are you now? Yes, well, yes. And what do you want? I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed. Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you? Something the matter? You came to see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it. Well, sir, actually it's about Maya Fey. Yes, Maya Fey. Go on. Why the strange reaction? Cha-cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. No, it's quite impossible. Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow? Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely impossible for me to represent her. Sorry, end of discussion. What's going on? He refused before I even got the chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? How can you just refuse like that? Please, tell me why you won't take the case. Well, you see, it's just... I'm busy, you see. Well, the client is Mia Fey's sister. Mia trusted you. She knew her sister would be in good hands. Yes, of course. I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry, goodbye. Creep. What a weird... Why was creep the thing you said? I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. Think not. Did you say something, you little bitch? I think not, I said. What do you mean? I'm terribly, terribly sorry, but I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy. Why? I cannot say. I beg your pardon, but could you leave now? I have nothing more to discuss with you. What's going on here? But on the other topics of conversation, though. How did you know Mia Fey? She worked here a long time ago. Quite the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day, quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see. A mission. You could see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion. Never looked back, that one. That's quite a painting. Ah, you noticed. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, isn't it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat. It's worth at least 3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course. No, I won't sell it. Not even to you. I wasn't interested. It's not for sale. I'm not buying. Jeez. Alright, let's hit the streets. Back to the detention center. Hiya. Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer? Well, what do I tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really don't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? Erp. I see. I've been abandoned then. Could you tell me about the day of the murder? Sorry, I know it must be hard.
No, it's okay. All I've been doing the last few hours is talking about it.
I've kind of gotten used to it.
Let's see. That morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial.
That's the thinker clock that Larry made. It practically qualifies as a serial murderer by now. So then, when did you arrive at the office?
It was right around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood.
Why does everybody just know what blood smells like? I don't know what blood smells like.
Then I found her. My sister.
Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. What about your family?
I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young, and I don't know where my mother is.
Don't know. So she could still be alive.
The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident.
Oh, I clicked out of the window. Whoops. Come back.
There was a man, he ruined our mother's life.
Ruined?
After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer and she left the mountain.
So, you live by yourself?
Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent or I'd lose my powers.
I feel bad for her, all by herself, up on that mountain. So, who was this, man who, ruined your mother?
About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate.
Wait, they didn't use a spirit medium, did they? I'm so surprised. You literally suggested doing that as, like, the first course of action, Phoenix.
The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim.
Wow. So what happened?
The case was solved, we thought.
You thought?
The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police's consultation with the medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud and the medium jumped on it big time.
Media, not medium.
So my mother, she became the laughingstock of the nation.
I see.
Wright.
Excuse me? White?
That was his name, my sister told me.
White?
Just a little longer now before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess.
4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? Defend Maya! I've made up my mind. I'm going to defend you, whether you want me to or not. I've completely changed my mind from what I said earlier.
Why?
Why? Well, I can't abandon you. No one is as sad as a person without any friends. I know, I've been there. A long time ago. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. You can count on me.
That's so kind of you.
Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here.
Right, thank you.
Whew, she smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. One last question. You are innocent, right?
Yes!
And I trust you. So you trust me too, okay? It's a deal. So what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer. It was when I tried to look into the drawer that she got all defensive. And yet somehow she didn't think to just close it properly. There has to be something in there. So we're going back over there, I presume. Just, you know. Hey, you never know. Good afternoon, sir. Excuse me, you are... Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service, sir. Oh, right. I've just come up to deliver room service, sir. Do you know where Miss May might be? I believe our guest, Miss May, is currently using the, facilities. If you've no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave. Please stay as long as you like. Enjoy. Yeah. Wait, no, hey. Why does it seem like every time I come here I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to commit some crimes. I almost forgot. You came back quick. Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp has phoned. Oh, right, sure. Mr. White of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name? It's almost like I heard it less than 10 minutes ago. White. White was the name of the guy who ruined me and Maya's mother. Could it be a coincidence? Remember to stay hydrated? There's a screwdriver sticking out of that half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? That's crazy that you know what a wiretap looks like offhand. It looks like just a box. What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May, if that even is her name. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all of this, I know it. Alright, I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial, that's for sure. As a crime aficionado, I can definitely tell you that if somebody's got a wiretap, it's bad news. For Maya's sake. I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, bellboy, still hitting. That was her. Time to scram. I look forward to tangoing with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. I'd love to save the game, thank you so much. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, if that is her real name, was at the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, the name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by this window, here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood due to being struck with a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hands, sir. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already, the defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. Except, like, by our recollection of events, she didn't, because Maya wasn't in the room. You know?
The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Whoosh. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. Huh, I should have expected Maya should know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try.
Something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. So we don't need to press on that, don't need to press on that, don't need to press on that, don't need to press on that. Maybe. This is probably the one. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about this suspicious woman in pink's claim was hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Well, I guess she is pink.
That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. Do you have any solid proof other than her claims, Detective?
I guess pressing can have its advantages. Yes. Gah. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor.
Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Right, but have you read the autopsy report? How you like that? That's my hard evidence. But have you read the report?
Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective.
Your Honor?
Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time?
I know, I'm real embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir.
Try to be more careful. Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination.
Right, so we're gonna go right over to that last thing. Right there. Okay, we're gonna I did not mean to press. Do you get a lot of cases where the victim Look, I'm sure it's present, so I'm kind of skimming over this. Yeah, opinion on the matter is irrelevant, blah, 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 blah. Order, order. Now I gotta go through again. There we go. Present. There we go. Autopsy report. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note, that she was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying. This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? I've seen these before. Of course she wrote it. Who else could have? Well, the murderer. You have it backwards, Detective. Backwards. The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. But no butting your way out of this one, detective. Order, order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have had the time to write anything down. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? Well, when? The day after. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being... That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday, at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. No way. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? I mean, I'm a sham. Detective Gumshoe, was I a fool to trust you and your report? That is not what I expected him to say. Me? I wasn't, Detective Gumshoe. I'm disappointed in you. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Handing him the wrong report like that. I'm sorry, sir. You are at fault, Detective. This isn't going to look good on your evaluation next month. Your Honor, I submitted this report to the court. Understood. The court will accept the evidence. May have lived for a few minutes. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl just saw the murder with her own eyes. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service, wink. Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. Your Honor.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
I was in my hotel room, teehee. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from Fay & Co. law offices.
That's right, big boy. Please testify to the court about what you saw. It was 9. It was 9 at night when I looked out the window, you know? And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked.
I'm all over the place with this one.
The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting in the detective's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. And the woman with long hair, she kinda slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little bitsy-witsy wink.
Well, Your Honor.
I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any.
Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright. What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm, didn't you?
Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. How underhanded of her. How cowardly. To point out something that's incorrect. Unbelievable. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yes, I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling Edgeworth doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Nothing immediately jumped out to me in that one, so we'd probably have to do some pressing. What seems most suspicious? Can you elaborate more on this dodging? She dodged? Dodged what?
Well, the attack.
Please continue your testament. Well, never mind. That was remarkably short. Caught up to her. How did you know it was my client?
Huh? Well, Gee, first of all, she had a girl's physique. And secondly, she was small. Who else could it be but her?
She has a point. Do I question that? To be honest, it seems reasonable. It does make sense. Everyone in the court keeps siding with her. Better not press too hard on this one. That's it. Alright, let's just press from the start. Why did you do that?
Huh? Why? Well, like, why what?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something? It's indeed. Who has ever simply looked out a window for no reason?
Oh, well, gee.
That's it? She can't get out of this question that easily. How is that the thing you're having trouble answering? You could just say, oh, I just felt like it. And that would, to be honest, be a reasonable response.
I sorta, I had a feeling.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. I mean, she's really evasive for, like, no reason on this one. Let's see how far I can run. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night.
Ooh!
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness. Badgering? You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Yeah, stop him.
Poor girl. Order.
Mr. Wright, you have been warned. Alright. That didn't go well. Alright. The woman with long hair. That was Mia Fey?
Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing.
Your thing? And the person attacking her. How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. I mean, this is kind of the same as the other one, isn't it? I mean... Yeah, he's right. What were the other things to press on? We did that. Alright, well, it's gotta be one of them then, hasn't it? Let's go for dodge and press on that more on that one. No, it was, of course, not that one. That one didn't go very well. Hold on a minute, that testimony stinks. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know why I would say either of these things. floor plan? It would be hard to see through that window if she dodged out of the way. Maybe that? I'll be honest, it doesn't really seem like much of a testimony, much of a contradiction. You saw nothing. Did you really see the defendant at all?
Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning of the meaning? Somebody tell me, I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Okay, if you had really witnessed my client, Miss Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. I really wasn't expecting that to be the angle you took for that. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. What? It's just like a Hime cut. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. I'm gonna be honest, I don't find that especially compelling. but, like, because surely the immediate response to that is just, well, it was late at night, it was dark in the room, she was behind another person half the time. Like, it seems reasonable to have not really picked up the details of the clothes and to have just described her by the physique. That seems reasonable to me, but whatever.
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. Multiple people saw her. Gumshoe himself saw her. I saw her, and so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
Rawr! What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling. Miss May, the court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink. Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn, I almost had her.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with the weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock.
Alright, you can't possibly know that's a clock from across the street.
The kind of statuey clock, the thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you?
There's no way you know that's a clock across the street.
I see. I only wish it had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination.
She isn't even going to be able to say she heard it because this one doesn't have the workings in it. Alright, present. The thinker. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock, too. And he was found guilty of murder. Order. Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Ooh,
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, very trivial concerns like, well, how the fuck do you know it was a clock? Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. Why the fuck would I do that? She has understanding of the weapon she shouldn't have. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Seems a bit generous, murderers, but, well, only once.
Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness.
Whew, that was close. If he'd stopped me there, the trial would be over.
Huh? What? So what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... because... I heard it? Yes, I heard it say the time.
No, you didn't. So you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co. You also didn't Because the workings aren't in it right now.
I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room.
The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could have easily heard the clock. How close is that window?
Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No. Your Honor, I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because she couldn't have... No, it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork.
How could you possibly?
Just take a look, right now.
Oh,
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
it is as the defense says. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this?
It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar.
Fat. Well, Miss May.
Tisk, tisk. Quite a show you put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction.
That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed?
Ho ho, impossible, of course. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening, and now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves the clockwork was removed is the phone records. I'm not even going to check them, it has to be the phone records. Take a look at this.
That's a very cute cell phone. Ooh, oh, you have a girly phone.
Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she heard with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order, order.
The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention. Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. The good detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon. I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you want me to hold on to the thinker if you could? It's not ringing right now. That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before.
No, you didn't. Which store? Larry made it.
I go to so many. Oops, I forgot. So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections?
You're damn fucking right I do. The witness claims she had seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence.
So what, just the thinker again? Made by Larry Butts. It's simple. This clock was never in any store ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible. Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuses are not on sale today? Ooh. Oh, it's upside down now.
What's it to you, porcupine heads? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die! Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm. Silly me. Did I use it? I guess I did. Tee-hee, wink.
Scary.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior?
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock before because you had heard about it. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock.
She heard?
That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving she heard the clock.
It's the wiretap. Have a look at this. I found this in Miss May's room, which I acquired illegally, but you will not question me on this, please.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim Miss Mia Fey's phone, were you not?
No.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant.
I'm not entirely sure it is. Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap.
This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim the witness was tapping her phone?
Absolutely.
Even if that was the case, which it's not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not. Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple. What? Here's my proof. I mean, this is just the phone logs, right? Again? I felt like I was being tricked, like we just presented this 2 seconds ago. I present the defendant's cell phone.
Yes, we've seen that.
Listen once more to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. What's up? You haven't called in a while. Hold on to me. It's a clock. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
Objection!
Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer.
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May, shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer. It's not fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it?
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Well, why the wiretap? Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant?
Yeah, she's saying exactly what Edgeworth wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant.
While this court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, do you have an explanation for the court? Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone?
Ha, I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil, evil grin. You were probably thinking, I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who's thought that. And of course, I can and will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you, I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from this sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts, and then you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee?
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder.
But we already knew that.
She was calling from a different building at the time, you know.
So where does that leave us?
It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're going to let her just walk away? There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow.
Well, does the defense have anything to say?
Well, come on, think of something. I call the bellboy. The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunken quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to calling this witness. Condition: if Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. That is my condition. I don't know if the prosecution's meant to be allowed to set conditions like that, but whatever. I better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Accept. Alright, I've got nothing to lose, except for, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool, you fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait.
Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand.